And I think some people felt that we're encouraging government to buy farm, and I said, no, ranching is business. Anybody that is interested in ranching should buy land, should also do that. Again, governments that are interested in their own regions, they can also show model ranch farms for people to do. But like what we're saying, is for us to address our security situation, we must stop animals going into farms, we must stop killing animals. Traditionally, what is done before, if an animal strays into a farm, we arrest it. The owner comes and pays his dues and he takes it back. If we do that, we will have peace. But it's important that we're able to get areas that where we can keep these animals. They are better off when they're catered in a ranch. If you don't want to call it ranch, call it whatever it is, but provide an area where they don't need to move around. Because once they move around, they spend energy, they are smaller, they don't produce so much milk for you to do, but when you ranch them, you get the best out of it. So it's a win-win thing for all of us. And I want us as Nigerians to look at this so that we can deal with this issue, because one of the basic security challenges we're having is this issue of farmer headers issue. We must be able to address it as Nigerians. And loving one another, loving our nation, will make it better and easier for us to work as a country. Thank you very much. Nigeria has over the time continued to support other countries in restoring peace and security within their environment. In view of the threats that we're facing as a nation, as a continent, we feel it's important that we come together, inviting all the chiefs of defense staff to sit down, look at our challenges, provide solutions to them as Africans and as brothers and sisters, because they say charity begins at home. Nigeria has continued to show the pathway, and we want to sustain that. We want to use this medium to appreciate Mr. President for all the support to the armed forces of Nigeria. We want to assure Mr. President and the entire Nigerians that the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies are working together as one team to secure Nigeria, and want to appreciate the support of all Nigerians. We cannot do it alone. We need the support of everyone. And to defeat asymmetric warfare, to succeed, requires all of society and all of governmental support. Now, what is the objective and the strategic importance? One is to foster collaboration among African defense chiefs to address shared security challenges, promote intelligence sharing, joint training, and coordinated responses to transnational threats, strengthen the African Union peace and security architecture and regional mechanisms like ECOWAS standby force, developing mechanisms for integrating the private sector into Africa's defense efforts, and establishing a roundtable for the initiation of homegrown solutions to African defense needs. It's important that as Africans we discuss our problems and provide solutions towards that. Now, what are the main highlights? The defense chiefs are all coming, have all been invited, 54 African countries, and so far we have received more than 90% attendance. The event will take place from 25th to 27 August 2025 at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center and Transcorp, Nigeria, Abuja. The theme, as mentioned earlier, is combating contemporary threats to regional peace and security in Africa, the role of strategic defense collaboration. Because contemporary challenges need the collaboration of everyone. The summit will be conducted in 4 days with an opening ceremony on the 5th plenary sessions and a gala night to conclude the event. The summit will be declared open by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, while the keynote address will be delivered by our own United Nations Deputy Secretary General, Her Excellency Amina J. Mohammed. The summit is also expected to showcase Africa's defense capabilities through defense exhibition, which will hold concurrently with the summit. So far, we have received support from the United Nations, African Union, ECOWAS, ECAS, and other regional institutions. including Friends of Africa. Now, what are the key security challenges across Africa? We have terrorism and violent extremism, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, ISIS affiliates, and other insurgent groups. Banditry and kidnappings, especially in the Sahel and West African regions. Piracy and maritime security at the Gulf of Guinea concerns and blue economy protection. Cybersecurity threats, growing digital vulnerabilities in defense systems, and climate security nexus, resource conflicts, migration, and environmental stressors. Well, I'm sure we always remember the Lake Chad region. Now, regional cooperation and defense diplomacy. The importance of interoperability and joint exercises among African militaries, which is very important. Enhancing defense diplomacy to build trust and resolve conflicts peacefully. Like we have always said, the kinetic and the non-kinetic must work hand in hand. Then we want to consider the role of the regional blocs, ECOWAS, SADC, EAC in harmonizing defense strategies. We feel that there are gaps that need to be closed, and working together as one team for all the defense, chief of defense staff, we will be able to identify these gaps and be able to address them. Next is the issue of capacity building and modernization. The need for investment in defense technology, logistics, and personnel training. It's important that we see that as Africans, we're able to produce what we need. Promoting indigenous defense industries and innovation, encouraging youth participation in national defense through cadet programs and military academies. Extension of peacekeeping and conflict resolution through Nigeria's contribution to United Nations and African Union peacekeeping missions, including that of ECOWAS. Strengthening rapid deployment capabilities for crisis response. Supporting post-conflict reconstruction and stabilization efforts. Now, what are the expected outcomes? One is the strengthening of military collaboration among African nations, to encourage bilateral and multilateral partnerships, enabling the sharing of intelligence, resources, and best practices, establishing framework for joint training exercises while intelligence sharing agreements and operational coordination will enhance the collective security posture of the continent. Our goal is to secure our continent. Development of unified strategy to address common security challenges in the continent, private sector participation in defense resourcing amidst dwindling resources. Now, it's important that we make sure that we mention this, that the countries of the AES are equally taking part in it, to show you the unity and the importance that we are here, that we must collaborate, we must cooperate, we must work together as a team. Now, a call to unity and shared responsibility. African security is key to our success and development, and we must not hand it over to anybody. Africans must step up to take charge of their responsibilities. We have to encourage solidarity and mutual respect among defense leaders, knowing ourselves, working together, interacting. We share common culture, religion, and boundaries together. In closing, I want to appreciate everyone here and all Nigerians, especially our president, through his renewed agenda for Nigeria, that the armed forces of Nigeria remain resolute in providing security in our dear country. We want to appreciate every Nigerian and to appeal that we must not waver, we must not get tired. We must continue to support our country, we must continue to support our government in ensuring that there is peace and tranquility. The public must continue to engage with us and to take ownership of the armed forces. The armed forces of Nigeria is for Nigerians. We cannot succeed without the support of Nigerians, and that's why it's critical and it's important. We want Nigerians to support Nigeria and our leadership. We have to reaffirm Nigeria's commitment to a safer and stronger Africa. We will do whatever it takes to ensure that our dear country is safe and secure, our region is safe and secure, and our continent is. I want to also appreciate the members of the press for your support, for your professionalism, that we are partners in progress and will continue to work together in ensuring that Nigeria continues to grow and continues to develop as a nation. We know the importance of Nigeria in Africa, with a population of over 200 million and land mass of over 923,000 square kilometers. We have so much to offer to the world. Nigerians all over the world are doing wonderful things, and we must not diminish our capacities and our capabilities. This is one summit that will project Nigeria back to where it used to be. I want to appreciate every one of us that working together, Nigeria will be better for all of us. Thank you, and God bless you all. It's country to country. Asymmetric warfare doesn't respect borders. So if we don't work together as a team, we will continue to suffer together. And that's why it's important for us to come looking at the gaps available and then understanding each other, because we have regional blocks that also conduct security activities within their regions. We'll be able to know what are their own challenges, what are they doing that is good, or what are we doing that is better, so that we can share ideas and be able to work together as a team. So at the end of it, we're going to have a template that for this region, these are the challenges, and then for Africa, how do we holistically address our security challenges? So it's going to be a win-win thing for us. And besides that, it's going to improve on our relationship together, both diplomatically and militarily. More shared ideas, and as we speak, despite the fact that those 3 African countries are not with us, they still attend our courses. We still do exercises together. We conduct operations together. And so this is a part of it to enhance. So it's a win-win thing that we want to encourage. And the more we talk together, the more we talk to ourselves, the more we understand ourselves. Because the longer we stay apart, these terrorists, these criminals will take advantage and be able to filter between us and continue to do the harm they are causing us. On the issue of the African Standby Force, the work is still ongoing. As Chief of Defense Staff for ECOWAS, we have sat down and have discussed, deliberated, and have tasked countries to contribute. Next, the Ministers of Defense are working on it, on how to raise funds, because funding is critical to it. But besides this, Nigeria has spearheaded these issues in ECOMOG, in Operation Harmony, and so many other operations that we've conducted where we have gone the way. Now, it is those examples that Nigeria have shown over the time that we want to replicate around by having this standby force, so that they will be able to be rapid. They can respond rapidly whenever there are challenges across West Africa. I want to encourage other regions to also look at it and see what is good in this and be able to increase on their operations. And the effectiveness is that, yes, that we're working together and the capacities are being brought together. Despite our different doctrines, we're able to work together as a team, as Africans, as neighbors, as brothers and sisters, to be able to achieve what we are doing. On the issue of defense Ecola is making with indigenous defense, fantastic. We're doing so much. As we speak, we are beginning to buy equipment for our own organic local companies now. We have the Proforce, we have the Imperium, we have the EPL. We have so many of them that are also producing 1 or 2 things together. Drones capacities are doing. Now, what we're doing is we are rebranding the entire Defense Industry Corporation, so that all companies that are coming to work on anything defense must have approval from the NSA's office with the Ministry of Defense, and must work under the Defense DICON, that's the Defense Industry Corporation. Why we need to do that is so that we can synergize and harmonize their work, standardize it, and make sure that those equipments being produced do not enter wrong hands, because it's very critical, so that we don't produce that. And we know once we start production, there will be employment for Nigerians. We'll have markets to sell them to other countries that are around us. So foreign exchange will come in. It's going to be a win-win thing for us as Nigerians. And then the pride, beside the pride that we are producing and using our own equipment. And I can tell you again that besides that, we have developed over time capacity of our own local military engineers to repair any of our vehicles that is spoiled, no matter how damaged it is. We have picked MRAPs that have been burnt completely. retrofit them completely to new and bring them back into service. We have done that and we're doing that. So you can imagine that we're building capacities all through. So we'll continue to work that. And those are the things we're doing. And I can tell you, local companies are coming in. We're trying to encourage a lot of talent we have in Nigeria. I'm sure you have seen on social media and TikTok, some people producing drones, some people producing weapons and also. We are bringing them all to develop their capacities so that we can enhance our capabilities. Thank you very much.